In the previous lesson, we saw how easy it was to turn on bullets or to turn on numbering. Now, once you've got the bullets or the numbering turned on, how do you make changes to what you've got? In other words, if you don't like the bullets that show up, or you want to change the indents or the numbering style, how do you do all of that stuff? That's what we're going to talk about right now. And we're going to continue to use Pub 4b that we opened up in the previous lesson. Now, if you're jumping to this lesson, no problem. You're going to go to your Open button, and you're going to open up Pub 4c here in the Lesson 4 folder of your exercise files. So you can give that one a click and open it up. And down the bottom right corner is where you're going to click. And then let's zoom into that area by clicking that twice to get up to the 200% zoom level. Alright, so we've got our bulleted list in here, and now we want to change either the bullets or maybe we want to go back to numbering but choose a different style, change the indenting so everything's indented, not just the text. All of that can be done by selecting the text that needs to be adjusted first, and then instead of just going up to our bullet button or our numbering button, we'll go up to the Format menu and we'll click on Bullets and Numbering. We know anything with dots after it is going to display a dialog box. So we'll give it a click, and the Bullets and Numbering dialog box has two tabs, the Bullets and the Numbering tab. So here's where we choose our format for the numbers. And if we click this drop down, look at that. If we went to Roman numerals, for example, we could click there. If we want to change the separator, we could. What number do we want to start at? And there's our indent as well. So if we upped our indent a little bit, you can see down below in the sample area what that might look like. When we click OK, we see the changes. There's our Roman numerals, and you can see we don't need quite as much room in our text box. Deselect to see what that looks like. I'm going to re-highlight that. Again, we'll go up to the Format menu. This time when we click on Bullets and Numbering, we'll go over to the Bullets tab. Now here's where we can choose the bullet, the character that we're going to use as a bullet, and there's some presets here for us. For example, if I go to this arrow, you can see in the sample area what that might look like. I can increase or decrease the indent. Click OK to see the end result. So this particular bullet, you can see, does require a little bit of extra space in between each line. So I'm going to highlight that again, go up to Format, down to Bullets and Numbering, still on the Bullets tab. I'm going to change the size of my character. So I'm going to go back to this one here. I'm going to click on the diamond character, but I'm going to knock it down to 8 points, the same as my font size. And now when I click OK, you'll see that everything's kind of crammed together a little bit better. I deselect and I can see that, look at that, this text box doesn't need to be so big. I can just bump that up a little bit so it fits better. Yeah, and that looks much better. So if you choose to use bullets or if you choose to use numbering, just by coming up to the formatting toolbar and turning it on here, just remember you don't have to live with the defaults that are presented to you. You can always go up to your Format menu, and from the Bullets and Numbering dialog box here, you can choose the different bullets, numbering styles, indents, even the size of your bullets. So keep all of that in mind as you work with lists in Publisher.